He was the last ruler of the Julio-Claudian dynasty and one of the most controversial figures in history. Nero, an emperor remembered for his excesses, cruelty, and boundless ambition. For some, he was the archetype of a tyrant. For others, a misunderstood artist who dreamed of leaving a cultural legacy. In this video, you'll uncover the full story of Nero, his rise to power with the help of his mother, Agrippina, the promising start of his reign, the excesses that defined his life, and the betrayals that led to his tragic fall. Get ready for a journey filled with political intrigue, tragedy, and an ending that marked the close of an era. Before we dive into this fascinating story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps us bring you more content like this. Nero's early life. Nero was born on December 15th, 37 AD, under the name Lucius Domitius Ahenobarbus, into one of the most powerful families in Rome. His father, Gnaeus Domitius Ahenobarbus, was known for his brutality, while his mother, Agrippina the Younger, was an ambitious and ruthless woman. After his father's death when Nero was just 3 years old, Agrippina dedicated herself to securing a grand future for her son. Nero's fortunes changed dramatically when Agrippina married Emperor Claudius. She ensured that Nero was adopted as Claudius's legitimate son, placing him in the line of succession, even though Claudius already had a biological heir, Britannicus. Nero received an impeccable education with renowned tutors, including the philosopher Seneca, who taught him oratory, politics, and philosophy. In 54 AD, Claudius died suddenly, and many believed Agrippina had poisoned him to secure Nero's ascension. At just 17 years old, Nero became the youngest emperor in Roman history. A promising start. The early years of Nero's reign were considered promising. Under the guidance of Seneca and the Praetorian Guard chief Burrus, Nero governed with prudence and fairness. He implemented policies that benefited the lower classes, reduced taxes, and promoted artistic and athletic competitions in Rome. Nero seemed eager to build a new image of the emperor, one closer to the people. He often walked the streets of Rome and attended public events alongside ordinary citizens. During this time, Nero was seen as a young leader with the potential to transform the empire. However, his relationship with Agrippina quickly soured. Used to controlling power from behind the throne, Agrippina found herself sidelined. She tried to manipulate Nero, but he responded by pushing her out of political influence. The transformation. Over time, Nero began to drift away from the ideas of Seneca and Burrus, and his behavior became increasingly erratic. He abandoned governance to devote himself to his true passions: music, poetry, and theater. Nero loved performing as a singer and actor, which scandalized the Roman elite, who considered such activities unbecoming of an emperor. The final break with Agrippina came when Nero ordered her death. The murder was staged as an accident, but when that failed, he sent his guards to execute his own mother. This act shocked Rome and marked a definitive shift in Nero's rule. After Agrippina's death, Nero descended into a life of excess. He hosted extravagant parties, spent fortunes on luxuries, and began constructing the Golden House, an opulent palace that became a symbol of his megalomania. The Great Fire of Rome. In 64 AD, Rome faced one of the most devastating events in its history, the Great Fire. The flames destroyed much of the city, leaving thousands homeless and creating widespread discontent. Although the causes of the fire remain unknown, many accused Nero of starting it to clear land for his palace's expansion. The famous image of Nero playing the lyre while Rome burned became one of the most enduring myths of history. However, there is no concrete evidence that Nero was involved in the fire. To divert blame, Nero accused Christians of causing the disaster, initiating one of the first large-scale persecutions of this community. He ordered mass executions, with many Christians burned alive or thrown to wild animals in the Colosseum. Nero's fall. The final years of Nero's reign were marked by revolts and conspiracies. He lost the support of the Senate, the army, and even the Roman people. In 68 AD, a series of revolts led by provincial governors like Galba and Hispania challenged his authority. With no allies left, Nero's position quickly unraveled. Even the Praetorian Guard, sworn to protect him, turned against him. Abandoned and surrounded by chaos, Nero fled Rome, accompanied only by a few loyal servants. On June 9, 68 AD, cornered and with no way out, Nero took his own life. His reported last words were, "What an artist the world is losing." With his death, the Julio-Claudian dynasty came to an end, plunging Rome into a brief period of civil war. Nero remains a figure of fascination and controversy to this day. For some, he was a cruel and megalomaniacal ruler who prioritized his personal desires over Rome's welfare. For others, he was a man trapped in a role he never wanted, seeking recognition as an artist in a world that demanded leadership. His story serves as a reminder of how absolute power can corrupt and destroy even the most promising figures. Nero ruled Rome during one of its most dramatic periods, and his legacy continues to be studied as an example of both glory and tragedy. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more epic stories like this one. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.